Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I have a subscriber inspired Luxe Chitchat. I got a comment or like a question on my recent video, feeling guilty about luxury items that I'm not using. I will link it up here and as well as the description section down below if you haven't watched that, where I reflect on how I'm feeling. And in that video, there was this comment or a question, and I thought it would make a really good Luxe Chitchat. So it is from mrayutube. A thought for reflection. When people, bracket, non-YouTubers, watch Luxe YouTubers and buy certain luxury bags because the YouTuber influenced them into buying, but then the YouTuber sold it, do you think the audience should be informed? Because maybe they are dealing with the same reasons that motivated the YouTuber to sell. Thank you for the question, and let's talk about it. You can debate about it as well in the comment section down below. I am going to speak on it from two perspectives. Myself as a YouTuber, and I have sold on this platform, as well as myself as a YouTube consumer where I watch content. All right, so let's talk about it. So the question is, do you think the audience should be informed if the YouTuber sells the item? Because maybe the audience is dealing with some of the same reasons. Should YouTubers share or inform audience when their bags are sold? And I'm only gonna talk about it for my own channel and not from anybody's other channel. I'm not gonna like point fingers or speak on anybody's behalf. There are so many luxury YouTubers. Everyone has their different preferences. It's about a yes, no, depends. For my own channel, I'm gonna be really straightforward and I'm gonna say, if I'm answering it as should I share my items when my bags are sold, my answer is yes from my channel, because I am also a YouTube consumer and I want to know, as a YouTuber, I want to share and I will share if my things are sold, because I want to let you know what made me sold it. So maybe I'm answering the question, what's motivating me to sell it? Whether it was a mistake, I needed the money, or I wanted to buy something else, or whatever it is, it didn't suit my lifestyle. So I want those things to be shared so that I can keep my audience informed on what happened. And as I said earlier, I am a YouTube consumer. In fact, I am first and foremost a YouTube consumer. I consume so much YouTube content compared to actually creating content that I watch a variety of videos. And because of that, I appreciate information that YouTubers are giving to me. I don't take everything, but I appreciate it. So because I appreciate the information, when I wear a different hat as the content creator, I want to give that information. So if I were to buy a bag and I do my unboxing, if it turns out a month later or 6 months later or a year later that I end up selling the bag, I want to give that information to people like myself who would want that information for their own decisions. So my answer is yes, a YouTuber should share a YouTuber like myself, for my own channel, I will share and I should share. But I also want to share some perspective about that sharing. Now, as a YouTube consumer, I want all the information, right? You just give it to me, right? I want you to tell me if you're unboxing something. I want you to tell me if you're selling something, because I want to know. I am that nosy YouTube consumer. But if I wear the other hat, I know that my sharing may irk people. And throughout the years that I've been on YouTube, some of the sharings of me selling bags, even though I am just a regular person, I get reprimanded for it. So with sharing comes this issue of potentially hurting someone, even though it's absolutely my choice as a YouTube creator to share the mistakes I made, to share why I decide to sell the bag, despite me unboxing it in the beginning. So as a YouTube consumer, I know I'm swapping between two, but as a YouTube consumer, I can empathize with content creators who buy their luxury bags and end up selling it, I don't know, a month later, 6 months later. And because I can empathize about the difficulty about sharing something that you bought and you had to let go in the end, I'm not really, I won't feel angry or slighted or influenced or, maybe displeased about that YouTuber letting it go. I'll be like, oh, okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know it didn't work out that way. So I keep an open mind. That's because I also create content and I'm also in that position that sometimes not everything works. As a content creator, I am not obligated to tell everyone everything. I can just continue on my merry own way and just do unboxings forever and ever and ever and never tell you that I actually recurated my collection. Sharing and keeping the audience informed of items that are no longer in the collection or like sometimes I do my purge videos is actually a very difficult video to do. If you are a content creator, comment down below how you feel when you tell your audience that a bag, I had to let go of a bag, or I had to, sell this for something else. I have to change my decision. There's a bit of a guilt. So my answer to this question is yes, we should share, and if we could share, we would. But the likelihood of sharing is really dependent on the open-mindedness of the audience. When audience who watch the unboxing and hear us raving about their bag, and come on, when you buy something new, you would rave about it. I'm excited when I get something new. But once you start to incorporate that into the lifestyle, you and I can agree that sometimes it doesn't work out. As a YouTuber, you're not anything more special than anyone else. You're just a regular person. The difference is if an audience that's watching the sharing of me letting go of that pair of socks or pair of shoes, or I'm selling the bag after a while, if the audience is less open-minded, there's a lot of reprimand. Very strangely, there is a lot of people saying things like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you sold that. Why did you sell that? I bought it because of you. This guilt tripping is difficult. So again, like the likelihood to share, or the kind-heartedness of that YouTuber wanting to share and be absolutely transparent and honest is very dependent on the audience. If the audience continues to, yes, we want to be informed, but you reprimand and badger and create guilt for that YouTuber, I'm telling you, less and less people want to share about letting go of bags. That's why a lot of selling videos tend to be a little bit more somber, and the shoulders come forward a little bit. They feel like a little shy and guilty, and you feel a bit embarrassed by letting go of things that have nothing to do with the audience. To be perfectly honest and straightforward, it's nothing to do with them. But there is that expectation that something can happen if I tell you something that I want to tell you and keep you informed, because I don't want you to make the same mistakes as I am. But then again, audience can be quite vocal about certain things that we bring in and then we let go. I can understand, and if it happens too often, but again, I can also understand because I'm a content creator, and if you're a fashionista, you tend to go through things a little bit more often than the regular person, maybe. And that's probably why you see more unboxing videos than selling videos. Selling videos are great information. I love to do them when I do let go of bags, and I kind of thought through the process of why I let go of them. I think they're very informative and very useful, but they are one of the more challenging videos to do because the spectrum of audience, we have the ones that are understanding, that just say, hey, if it didn't suit your lifestyle, let it go. They are the, I guess, more matured, savvy shoppers. But there are a group that would just say, you influenced me to buy that. And that's that guilt trip. Yes, I think we should share because we are building a community here. We want to be honest, and we are just regular people's back and forth talking about beautiful things. But it's really, really difficult to be a regular person with a 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 job, buying handbags, creating content, but trying to live the normal life where you would want to let go and recycle some of those bags. The way I watch luxury content now has changed a little bit. I still love a good unboxing video. When anyone, Amy, Clara gets a new handbag or news, I'm excited. I love just being in the moment with a YouTuber unboxing and sharing joy on new luxury items. So I love that. I still watch that, and I love to watch, how people are just regular people buying and getting handbags. But when I watch their content on unboxings, the way I take it is entertainment value. It's not everything that I used to be influenced by. When I first started, when I was not creating content, when I first started watching YouTube, yes, I get influenced by watching and unboxing and finding out new things. And in those times, really, there wasn't much information out there. There wasn't a lot of content out there. So to do more research on, say, I'll give a random example. Say the petite pochette Matisse. Something I was never, but just say the pochette Matisse, where it first came out and there were only a few luxury YouTubers, and maybe I liked it, and if I wanted to find more information about it, it wasn't really readily available then. So to know about, it's not such a great bag and or not, was harder to find. So most likely, you are more if I were interested in a bag, I would be more influenced to purchase that bag just because there was more hype about it. And say, I don't know if it's still popular now, but say 1-2 years later or a year later, I'm enjoying the bag, I'm trying to fit into my lifestyle, and then I see these YouTubers selling their versions. I think maybe I would have feel like, why are you selling it? But then again, was I the savvy shopper then? Maybe I wasn't, and I didn't have the resources to look for that information then on YouTube, because mostly it was hype videos, right? A sharing of unboxings, oh my gosh, so great, wonderful, wonderful, but not the opposite, right? Because then it's really hard to make a very informed decision until you actually have it in your hands and you try to fit into your lifestyle. But today, there is so much resources on YouTube. When you see a particular YouTuber unbox something, there's probably another, 100 videos out there with the same item of people using it, sharing it. What's in my bag? What isn't good? Do so good for me? And so many varieties of videos that really today, one video should not influence your entire buying decision. It can influence you to look at it as like, awareness of it, but honestly, it should not drive the end or most of your buying decision. Comment down below, actually, what do you do when you watch an unboxing of, say, a particular bag? You're interested in it, and then what do you do? And what would you do if you find out later on that YouTuber has sold it? Do you get upset? Do you, what do you do? For me, right now, I don't feel anything. I watch, I consider, and I just do my research for everything else. And if I can, I'll try it out. I use the videos now for information. And if I have doubts about the bag or the item, I try to mull over it, and if I'm brave enough, I'll even text the YouTuber like, look, how's it working out for you? Do you have experience in this, you know, does it have this issue? Do you have it? And sometimes I will just wait and see, maybe wait long enough that if after 6 months it's still in that YouTuber's collection, then I'll say, okay, maybe I can sort of fit into my lifestyle. Again, the decision lies at my end, like nobody's forcing me to buy the bag. But it's great to watch these videos and have a lot of information. I absolutely appreciate selling videos, and I appreciate the honesty. I know all of us are savvy shoppers and we know how to make, you know, informed decisions, but we're not strangers to being influenced. I get influenced all the time, and I get into this whole mindset of like, oh my gosh, I like it as well, but do I really like it? So what I've learned is that if I know I am being influenced because there's the new thing, or I've got a good friend like Amy buying something and I feel like, oh my gosh, if she's getting it, I should get it. You know, influence is fun, but I know most of the time I just need to reflect on it and just think a little bit and not get all excited and jump onto that FOMO feeling. So yes, influence, and it could have been the start of the influence, but the rest of the entire purchase or consideration on purchase making decision is all me. It's all my own decision. I tried to fit into my lifestyle, and I would definitely appreciate it if I haven't bought it, that hopefully the YouTuber would say, look, I got it last week and didn't turn out to be a right thing. Quickly let me know, or basically let the audience know that that item was let go. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. You know, it will help me get out of my own head as well. It would be awesome if there was more sharing on selling and more sharing on why an item is sold, and not feel guilty about letting things go. In fact, tell it so straightforward, business-like, and say, look, the bag didn't turn out great, let it go. I think that would be so much better, because sharing is caring, but being reprimanded in public is not fun, especially when you are sharing because you care. I know it's all around. Anyway, I am done. I'm going to put a bit of, oh, here's my lip gloss. I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for the question. I would love to hear what my fellow YouTubers think about this. Share their opinions or your opinions about sharing your sold items. How do you go about, you know, handling comments and handling shock? I don't think all of us get it all the time, but how do you go about handling it, and how do you go about getting away from possibly feeling a little guilty on sharing that your items are sold? I would love to read your comments, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell as well. Otherwise, everybody, please take care, stay safe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!